Stitchers, Calico here with a January 2017 update. And it's about the 23rd, I think, of January today. So I hope that you're all kind of getting in the swing of the new year and recovering from the holidays. It was a busy one for, well, it's busy for everybody. I mean, who really doesn't have a busy December? Yeah, I had a crazy one, but I'm not going to go into it in too much detail because I want to get, I don't have a whole lot of time today, and I want to get talking to and showing you my stitching that I did. But I needed to get on here today because I have a dermatology appointment tomorrow. And if past visits have any indication about future visits, then I'll probably come home with Band-Aids on my face tomorrow because I have a few spots. They, you know, the whole skin cancer screening thing. So yeah, I'm gonna have a few spots checked, and he usually always does something, freezes or cuts or does something, and yeah, I don't suspect tomorrow will be any different. So I better get this Flosstube video filmed today before I have Band-Aids on my face. Anyway, how are you guys all doing? Getting lots of stitching done, I hope. I didn't have as much stitching time in December as I had planned in my last video, so I didn't get quite all the things done that I was going to do, which, does that ever happen? Do we ever really get all of the things done that we plan to do? But I'm happy with what I did get done. So I'm trying to think back what I had ended with. I didn't watch my last video, but I think what my plans were, obviously, was to finish my Stony Creek Bird of the Month for December, because it was going to be the last one in that series, which I completely enjoyed doing that. I just love that series. Kind of sad seeing it come to an end. I almost didn't get that bird done, though, because I was really busy in December with, my husband and I decided to do this crazy thing. Our basement that I keep talking about, that's not finished, that's kind of been this 10-year project, and every year we kind of have plans as to what we want to accomplish that year. And then as the end of the year approaches, we're always a little disappointed. Well, we didn't get as much done as we thought, but you know, that's okay. And then a couple days before Thanksgiving, I just had this crazy idea, which I didn't think my husband would go for, but I thought, you know, because carpet's kind of the last thing you do, and you know, it's kind of like the icing on the cake when you get all the work done. And I just said to him, you know, what would happen if we just schedule a carpet date, you know, real soon for, like, you know, I don't know, if we can even get one done by the, you know, somebody to do carpet by the end of the year, you know, maybe when we can, it'll kind of light a fire under us to get some stuff done. And you know, I didn't really think he'd go for the idea, or he might say, oh yeah, let's maybe do it schedule something for February or something. So a couple days before Thanksgiving, we went and we looked at carpet, and we thought maybe Home Depot would have the best shot of squeezing us in early, because, you know, we figured they'd probably turn them and burn them and have all kinds of people doing carpet. So we went there, and after we learned all about the carpet and decided on kind of what we wanted, she said that they can have somebody do it like in 8 weeks. And we thought, oh, that's kind of a bummer, but you know, if that's what it is, that's what it is. So then we talked about it, and there was like a little local carpet place right kind of in the area where we live, and we thought, well, let's just call them and have them do an estimate. So long story short, the guy comes out, he's like, yeah, we really like that company, and he said, I have a guy that can do it on the 27th of December. Okay, now this is like right before Thanksgiving. And then once he put that date out there, I told my husband, I said, I really don't think we could get done everything we need to get done before carpet. And I said, then we're going to be in a bind because we're going to be doing all that stuff after carpet. And my husband said, we can get it done. I guarantee you we can get it done. So we scheduled carpet install for the 27th of December, 2 days after Christmas. And then, so we had Thanksgiving, and then my husband sent me a spreadsheet and said, okay, ideally, this is all the things we should get done before the carpet comes. And I'm telling you, he had itemized like a million things. And I was like, oh, you know, we can't do it. But it was kind of funny because it's like tile the shower floor, tile the kitchen area. Well, my husband and I have never done tile before, so we didn't really calculate how much time that would take to do. So long story short, we started the day after Thanksgiving, and we worked every night. When my husband got home from work, we worked and worked and worked, and we worked all the weekends. The tile took us way longer than we thought, and it was just becoming just extremely overwhelming. And then, so anyway, fast forward, it's Christmas Day, carpet's coming on the 27th, you know, we have Christmas with our kids, noon on Christmas Day. We go down to the basement. We work till about 2:30 in the morning. Get up the day after Christmas, work all day, and we pull an all-nighter. We're up trying to get everything done. We finish at about 7:30 in the morning of the day that the guys come in to put in carpet at like 9. I have never worked that physically hard in my entire life, I don't think, as my husband and I did that month. And we painted and we grinded concrete, we leveled concrete, we, did baseboards, we did tile. I mean, it was crazy. And then Christmas was in there. So anyway, we did not get all the tile done, but we got like some done up the part that was going to butt up to the carpet. So that was good. We were still installing the baseboards the morning that the guy was coming because we wanted to have the baseboards up before they did the carpet, and we didn't get them stained. So they're there, but we got to take them off and restain them. But we just did so much. But you'd think I didn't get any stitching done at all, and I did, because there were a couple of nights when my husband was down in the basement grinding concrete, and it was like completely filling the basement with concrete dust, and he had a mask and it was loud, and he's like, I don't want you down there with me, I'll just do this part. So I stitched. So I did get some stitching done, very little. Didn't get a lot of my plants done. I don't think I even touched my Santa's feather friend that I wanted to finish this year. It was hit or miss whether I was going to get my December bird done, but I kept saying, okay, the 27th we're going to have carpet. I'll have the 28th, the 29th, 30th, 31st before the year is over, that I could stitch. Not realizing that I would be so dead tired on those 4 days. All I pretty much did was just barely recuperate. So anyway, it's fun. I mean, it was very stressful, but it was stressful in a good way. So, and we got carpet in the basement, and it's painted, and we got a ton done. So we just need to finish up doing some of the tile now. My husband still has to put some cabinets, and he still has to do some of the fixtures. We got like the little electrical fixtures and little stuff. So our permit inspection thing expires, I think, in March, and so we kind of are shooting to have everything done by then. So fingers crossed. Anyway, back to stitching, because that's what you're all here for. I don't know if you saw my Stony Creek. This was the November bird, and I can't remember in my last video if I had it done, but if not, I'll show you that again. That was the tufted titmouse. And yeah, as a matter of fact, I think I did have this one done. So I have only one more in the series to do, and this is by Stony Creek. I'm stitching this on 18 count Fiddler's Ada, and the very last one in the series is complete. It's my Northern Cardinal, right there. And I just got that done in the nick of time. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I'm really thinking about it. Part of me wants to make them into a quilt, or just display them each just individually as a frame or something. I don't know what I'm doing with them yet. So stay tuned. We shall see. Plus, I did manage to get this done, just kind of, I don't know, I think I did this before we were really in the heat of everything, and before I realized how long everything was really going to take. The tile, I stitched this, gosh, did I, I think I did this before Thanksgiving, so, can't remember, but I may have done this one just in between my last video and before Thanksgiving. This is an ornament, and I'm sorry I didn't get the name, but it is from the 2016 Just Cross Stitch ornament issue. And I think the only change I made on it was that I made his nose orange because they had it charted for brown. And yeah, that's cute. I had every intention of turning that into a little pillow, but that didn't happen. I stitched this. This is another little finish I made, and this is from the not the ornament issue, the December issue of Just Cross Stitch. It was kind of like a little quilted wall hanging that had 4 little motifs, and the only one that I really liked was the Santa. And this stitched up, I think I just stitched this up like in an evening. Just kind of felt like stitching it, and it was next to me, and I had some red thread next to me, and so I just whipped that out. And it's on 30, I think it's on like a 32 count linen. I don't remember, it was just a scrap that I had sitting there. So like I said, I think both of those, I did those either before Thanksgiving or right around that time. And then I wanted to make my boys, one of their I usually make them a little ornament each year. Sometimes it's a Mill Hill ornament, sometimes I think I've stitched them a couple. But this one I did for my son Riley, and it's the Mill Hill gingerbread house. I don't know if that's focusing or not. It doesn't look like it wants to really focus, but that was really fun. And I know that I was stitching that when my husband was grinding concrete, because when I look at this, I remember all the noise that I was listening to and the dust. So really cute. And I put the back on that, but I have, okay, I just temporarily have the piece of tape on the back for the year, because I want to do something more permanent with the date that's not tape or marker. I need to like stitch a little tab to put on the back there, but I don't want to forget what year, just in case I don't get to it right away, because we know we do that, you know. So I wanted to remember that was 2016. So yes, that was Mill Hill ornament, and then I made this one for my older son, and this is the Nutcracker. There's a whole series from all of them from the Nutcracker. This is the first one I've done that had a little attached piece that you had to sew on, which I think was really cute, and there's a little bit of metallic thread there. And it just turned out so cute. These just look so much better than the picture shows. Very cute. So, yeah, those are the two ornaments I made for both my boys. I was really happy to get those done. And then, what else? I had a little bit of time, actually, at the end of the month, in that, the 4-day span after my chaotic carpet install. And then I decided that I did not want to carry this one over into the new year. And this was the Happy Everything by Diane Arthur. This one. And I had it all, I think I had finished the stitching on it sometime maybe in November. I can't remember. But all I had to do was a little bit of back stitching, and I said I'm not going to carry that over into the next year. This needs to be a 2016 finish. So I did finish that one right here. And I haven't washed it or done anything with it yet. See that one? So it's cute. It's got all of the holidays, and I put the flag in there because it didn't have that charted, because obviously not everybody in the world celebrates the 4th of July. So, or has an American flag for that matter. So, yeah, got that done. So that ended up being my final finish for 2016. So I want to get that framed, because I know the perfect place to put that, to have that displayed. So, where are we at? 13 minutes. Okay. Moving right along, so as the end of the year came to you know what, I did work on something. I know I just posted it on Instagram just recently, like a couple days ago, but I actually worked on this back after my last video, I think. I don't think I had any of this done, but this was my sampler from the Grand Teton National Park. It's the little wildflower sampler, because I finished the Yellowstone one, and then I wanted to get a start on this, and I really had hoped to finish that in 2016, since that's the year I went there. So I started it, and it's really simple. It doesn't look like it's going to take long, but I ended up making a mistake and having to frog, and then I lost my steam on it. So I just picked that up. It didn't get done in 2016, but that's okay. I'm not too stressed about it. Is what it is. Oh, I should probably have taken it out of the hoop. Let me take it out real quick. Alright, so this is what I've gotten done on it so far. So I've got the first flower done, and then there's my Grand Teton National Park needle minder that I made from one of the tokens that you can get at the gift shop, just like I did with the Yellowstone one. I decided to go with the square one. I think I do have a round one, but I like the square one for this. So, yep. So it's just going to have the 3 wildflowers. And yeah, I had made a mistake because I used the wrong blues, so I ended up having to, after I stitched this, I ended up having to take all that part out and stitch it again, which isn't that bad, but it was kind of a pain. Enough to make you lose your steam. And I think I'm doing the border a little different than it called for. I think it's a solid border, but I ended up kind of doing more of a checkerboard. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do with that. So, yeah, yeah, so I actually did work on that in 2016, and I pulled it out again a few days ago and did just this little bit of part of the Indian paintbrush, I think is the name of that flower. Okay, so got that, but on New Year's Eve, for I'm doing a stitch along with Brittany over at Wayward Stitcher. Did I get your name? Is that the name of your channel now? I still know you as Britty Boo, but Wayward Stitcher, I think, is your new channel name on Flosstube. If you guys haven't checked her out, her and two other people on Instagram, and I'm forgetting what their names on Instagram are. We've all decided to do one of the Bewixing Pixies. So since I finished GG last year, I thought, well, I just may as well pick another one. And this was my favorite one. I love, love, love the colors in this one. I don't know if I'm going to stitch the moon, though. I don't know. I haven't decided on that. It's not that I don't like the moon. I don't know. I just don't know if it really needs it, because it's kind of like GG. If I had them framed next to each other, you know, there's not a moon in that one. So, but I got a boatload done on this. So I started it on New Year's Eve at about, yeah, I wasn't going to start it. I think I ended up starting it at like, because we were all still awake at like 2 a.m. So I think I started it at about 2 a.m., started it right there. And then I just continued working on it. It just stitches up so fast. And I was just, I don't know, January, just, you know, I just said I'm going to work on whatever I work on, and this was the one that I kept feeling like working on. It just, you know, was really just going along real smoothly, and yeah, I did finally put it away to work on, what am I working on? Oh yeah, so I was just working on it. Yeah, I just decided that I just was in the mood for working on something kind of more springy or flowery kind of looking. So I put this one away, even though I could have still continued working on it, and I still feel like working on it. So I think I was thinking, oh, I should save it for more around Halloween, because it's such a Halloween looking pattern, but I don't want to do that. I want to have it done by then. So yeah, that's Electra by Nora Corbett. And the one I put it away for is this one right here, Dimensions Dragonfly Duo. It was just kind of there, and I thought, you know, that just looks like a really cute, easy, refreshing, happy start. And I think dragonflies kind of signify a new beginning and change, and I thought that's perfect for the first of the year. And I'm planning on potentially giving this to my mother-in-law as a gift, because she loves dragonflies. This is what I've gotten done on it so far. Actually, let me take it off the hoop. I've done this in like, gosh, I've been working on it for about a week, I think. Off and on for about a week. It's really quick. So as you can see here, I just have, oh, and also as you can see, it was supposed to be done on ivory, 18 or 14 count ivory Ada that came with the kit. And I had this piece of 16 count Glacier Ada was gifted to me. I don't know what company makes this, but this was gifted to me. So it's Glacier Ada, and I thought it would look nice on that. I'm not so sure I like it on the blue though, because this kind of outer border, you know, if you think it's kind of green and it was supposed to kind of sort of taper into the ivory color, and I think that the ivory behind the dragonflies, they kind of take that into consideration. Dimension kind of takes that into consideration when they do the design, because there's a lot of like half stitches with just one thread there, and I think that they really kind of expected the ivory to kind of, you know, be filling the space with that, if that makes any sense. And so I'm not sure that it looks as good with the blue behind it. So, but yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's like blue sky. That's what I was thinking with it. So anyway, it's cute. I'm going to frame that, and I'll probably finish it this afternoon, because I only have a little bit of back stitching to do on just the kind of this pink color right here. I just have these 4 wings a tiny bit to do. So we're talking maybe 30 minutes of work, and then a whole bunch of French knots right there. So I should have this finished today, this afternoon, possibly, or tonight. And that's it. That's all I have to show. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I was going to show you a couple of things. One thing that I got for Christmas, and another thing, it seems like I'm not the only one that sort of had the idea to go with all my DMC flosses. It seems like a lot of people are doing that this year. I know people have been doing it because I've seen it around Flosstube for a while, and I keep thinking, I need to do that, I need to do that. And I think it was over the summer that I completed my stash of flosses, and so yeah, I was just kind of here and there putting them on bobbins, and my bobbins are all, I have all different size bobbins. I've got cardboard bobbins and some DMC bobbins and some that I've ordered on the internet, so they're all kind of different sizes and stuff, but I love this. I just keep this next to me, and no more pulling floss for kits. If I'm working on something, I just pull the color I need and put it back when I'm done, and I really love this. So yeah, highly recommend this if you haven't done that yet. Keep that. Oh, and I did end up, who was it that was it Emily from Eclectic Possessions? You were talking about how many extras you had, and I found myself in the same boat. You know, there's some I only have one of, but I have some that I have like a whole Ziploc bag full of extras. So I'm gonna end up making a list of all those so that when I run out of a color, I can look and see if I have it in my stash to replace this with, and I won't have to go buy it. But yeah, that was good. And then another thing I did for Christmas, one of the gifts I got for Christmas was this little bead storage container, which I have never really needed in the past, but it's kind of funny because I don't do a lot of the beaded, I don't do a lot of the big beaded ones like the Mirabilias and the chatelaines and all those, so I just never thought I really needed a bead storage. But I have all of the Mill Hill kits that I did. I ended up taking out all the beads and figuring out what color they were and putting them in here. So these that I have here are all just from leftover from my Mill Hill kits that I've done, ornament kits. So I'm getting quite a bit of bead collection going there. These are for Electra that I did get. I got for Christmas. So one son got me this, and then my other son got me Electra, the fabric and the beads for that. So yep, that's it. Cross stitching related stuff. Got a needle felting kit too for like how to make little critters out of needle felting. Got that for Christmas too. So if you saw my Instagram, you see I made a little purple mouse, and that was really fun. Talk about, that's one of those frustration hobbies too, where you just like take a needle and you can just stab something over and over and over and over again, and then you end up with this cute little creature. So needle felting's pretty fun if you haven't tried it yet. Yeah, that's it. I hope everybody is getting a lot of stitching done and starting out the new year on the right foot. And I know I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, like I always say, I'm completely behind in Flosstube, and I haven't been, I feel like I missed out on everything in December because I was just out of touch with pretty much everything. I follow Instagram probably more than I follow anything as far as the stitching community. And the reason I haven't been watching Flosstube is because I finally, it's taking me, I'm way late to the game, but I'm finally watching the Gilmore Girls. Every time somebody says, oh, I should binge watch something, you know, and then I look and see what everybody's recommending, and inevitably tons of people always say Gilmore Girls. And admittedly, I tried to watch the first episode a couple of times, and it never grabbed me, because usually I was like just done watching something like Breaking Bad or Sons of Anarchy or, you know, Game of Thrones, and then, you know, it just didn't have like that depth I was looking for, so it never really grabbed me. And then they came out with the year in the life of them 10 years later, and I thought, you know what, I just need to watch that series. You know, everybody has seen it. So I started watching it. My friend Christy, she went to their little, the reunion in Connecticut that they had, and she's like, oh, you have to watch it. And I said, okay, I'll try. So I texted her about like 3 or 4 episodes in, and I'm like, you know, I'm still not quite getting into this. And she's like, just stick with it, you know, through the first season. So I did, and now I'm almost done. My time with Lorelai and Rory are quickly coming to an end, and I'm really sad because I ended up loving that show. I love that show, and Kirk is my favorite character. So anyway, I'm excited to watch A Year in the Life of A Year in the Life 10 years later or something like that. And yeah, so there you go. I am now I know what the Gilmore Girls was all about. So yeah, on that note, I don't think I really have anything else to say. So I am going to try to get caught up on some Flosstube videos. I try to watch 1 or 2 a day, but admittedly I usually do it late at night, and then I end up falling asleep in the middle of it. And but I miss that. I've just kind of been missing out on really what's been going on with everybody. And so anyway, I'm at about 25 minutes, so this is really one of the shorter ones, one of the shortest videos I think I've ever made. But I need to go. I've got lots of stuff I need to get done. So yeah, that's it. Happy stitching, happy January. I'll probably see you guys realistically in probably 2 months, because that just seems to be my MO. So happy stitching, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.